Here I am. All right. And a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. And welcome to the Night Move Show here for Saturday, May the 9th. Let me see if I had some technical difficulties with the out of town scoreboard during my appearance on the drive through today and felt kind of lost out there. And watching some action here right now from Japan. I'm watching some Australian football and getting ready for a great sports betting day. Thank you for joining me here on Night Moves for Saturday, May the 9th. We've got a great UFC card as well from Newark. This is a big one. 2 title fights tonight, including middleweights with Hamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland. Chimaev, the champ here, undefeated, 15-0. Comes in off of a unanimous decision win over Dricus du Plessis last August as a 260 favorite at UFC 319 to win the title in dominant fashion. But he's up against Sean Strickland here. I think he's going to be a fan favorite in New Jersey anyway. 30-7, 17-7 in the UFC. Comes in off of a round 3 knockout win over Fluffy Hernandez back in February as a $2 dog in a fight night main event. Did lose to Dricus du Plessis in February of 25, so a little bit of schedule comparison there maybe. And then also you got flyweight title bout with Joshua Van and Tatsuro Taira as a nice co-main event. So 2 5-rounders tomorrow, Paramount Plus 5 Eastern and 2 Pacific. Just want to let everybody know right now I've got a 5-pack of fights over at Tony'sPicks.com. I went pretty big here on this card. So check me out over at Tony's Picks. I'll show you in just a moment. But do have a 5-pack of fights up there right now at Tony's Picks for UFC 328. All these are pretty much main card bouts. I think there's 1 preliminary card bout on my card tomorrow. So you're going to get my pick in the main event, my pick in the co-main event, and 2 other main card fights and 1 preliminary card fight on my 5-pack for $45 over at Tony'sPicks.com. This is a big one. And again, these are my featured plays. You see me on a lot of channels and a lot of shows, but my biggest action is right here at Tony's Picks. These are my high roller boutique plays every day, and I've got a 5-pack right now for UFC 328. Check out my record, pretty consistent, pretty strong. I know we got some great cappers. I want to invite everyone to check out Mills's video here on the channel as he broke down the fights for us. He broke down the whole card for us folks. So please check it out underneath the videos tab with Mills. Gave a great synopsis actually of the entire card. You're going to want to check it out. Pretty much every fight from Mills, so you can check it out over under the videos tab, and he's got some great picks for you on that video. So please check that out here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel before tomorrow. That's going to give you a great start on UFC 328. All right, hey, how about some of the action on Friday night, man? Wemby did it again. You know, sometimes the best player wins the NBA title. You know that? Wemby looks unstoppable out there. His latest brilliant performance boosts the Spurs to a 2-1 lead as they were able to get the win on the road. I think that's important for Wemby and company there as they were able to take it down over Minnesota. Minnesota was in it all the way. If they came all the way back from an early deficit, that might have taken something out of them. They were down 12 within the first couple of minutes, did come all the way back to take a reasonable lead, a modest little lead, but it wasn't enough for to stop Wemby and 115 to 108 in the late game tonight. They got the money, 5 to 5.5, covered it. 7-point win does go well over the total, so I couldn't get him right there as I was on the under here on the show. But hey, I did pick up the win with the New York Knickerbockers on the road last night, 108 to 94. The Knicks did the job for me to at least grab a win there in that one as the Knicks defense stepped it up again. There in that one, they're up 3-0 right now over Philly. So Philly looks tired, no doubt about it. That just took everything out of Wemby, out of Embiid, just like it did last year, right? And when Embiid gets to the games, get close in proximity, more so, I think, and then that might be it. I don't think we might not even get a gentleman's sweep out of that one. So. Was, however, a convincing victory there by 14, and it wasn't that big of a lead until kind of late in the game. They pulled away there at the end to get that one, and they're going to cruise. It did go under there. That was my pick here was on the Knicks yesterday. Okay. NHL action from Friday. Montreal really went in there and blitzed Buffalo. I had the Sabres in this one, and it was a little bit bizarre for, I kind of pivoted away from Montreal, and I'd kind of been riding the Canadiens, but, I thought that was impressive victory there at home originally, and for Buffalo, that 3-1 win. But Montreal came back and looked very, very good. In fact, they look much the best, actually, now all of a sudden. Easy to say after the 5-1 victory there over the Sabres there on Friday night. Also, Vegas. Oh, Marner with the hat trick. Man, I said the Ducks looked fast and the Vegas Knights looked slow. At home, the Ducks looked slow last night, and Mitch Marner comes through with a hat trick there. Marner with his criticisms, and now you look at me now, and look at the Golden Knights here. Big win. They're not for me there. I was on the Ducks here last night, so I whiffed in the NHL, but stunned, startled, and excited for Marner there as he got the hat trick there, and the Knights win it. We'll preview tonight's games. Don't worry. Basketball and hockey playoffs. Also 4 games in the WNBA. Now that's where I ran. That's where I was pretty good, at least last night, as we did sweep our picks here on the show last night in the WNBA. Real quick, it was. We had Washington over Toronto. They pretty much did the job all the way as the Mystics got the win over the new tempo team from Toronto, who didn't look that bad. But Washington's experience down the stretch there, they've got, Washington has problems. They look pretty good there last night. I'm sure it was because Toronto's probably going to have some growth to do, but Washington looked like more of the veteran team. Also, we had the Liberty last night. Said, don't worry about all those injuries. They've got basically 15 players on their ranks. They had to bring up some players, but easy win there over the Connecticut Sun. You might want to be against the Connecticut Sun. Granted, they were playing the best team in the league, but they might be wilting a little bit. They're not, like I said, no problem. It's weird because the Connecticut Sun has been a greatly supported team throughout the years up there in Uxville, and great, the backing off the tradition of the Connecticut Huskies, no doubt. And they've been a good, steady program. But when when your team's leaving next year, how excited can you really get? Also, the Valkyries ended up clubbing Seattle there. Seattle still missing their 19-year-old star, Eva Pham. She's still in Europe apparently, so she got they call it a suspension. I think it's a formality, like you got to do it on paper. But Golden State rocked over Seattle there, and I had a premium winner at Tony's with the Golden State Valkyries. They look good. They look real good. Yeah, Seattle's probably not that good right now, but Golden State look pretty good. I say they're top 5, but they might even be a little bit better than that right now. Watch out for Golden State. They weren't even completely healthy, I don't think, in that game. So that was the WNBA, and we got 4 games tonight. So I know on some other shows and some other picks here, including the premiums, I went 5-1. So I'm looking to do some damage with the ladies, if you know what I mean. Let's talk a little baseball here. Let me say hello, though, to the folks in the chat here as we get rolling. Larry is here today, joining us from work. Hello to Larry. Is that Larry's coworker? Any other coworkers here? Cal Dog is here today. Timmy Two Shoes ready to go. We're seeing everyone in the chat here right now. And don't worry, Ron, I'm just starting here with the coverage. We're going to let a few more people come in here on a big Saturday night. All right. Major League Baseball. Oh, one more in the NBA. How about Coach Finch and Tony Brothers? I guess Coach Finch was going to cancel those karaoke reservations with Tony at the end of the night. I wonder what he said to him. I hope he didn't say anything derogatory. I'm sure it was all in the heat of the moment. Everybody loves Tony Brothers. And, hey, if you've ever been out with Tony karaoke late at night, you know what a great time it can be. Okay. Let's go to the major leagues here and just take a look. I had a big night, and I want to please cover some of the winners here anyway. Second straight night, I'm just rolling these cards here. Colorado, we had the Rockies there on the run line last night on the show, but hey, they got it done. They got it done. They got the win, 9-7. In 11, they blew a 7-2 lead in the 7th inning, but Troy Johnston had the game-winning hit in the top of the 11th, and Justin Crawford hit his first MLB home run for the Phillies. Got a good one here, it looks like, and Rockies win 7-2. Yeah, I wish 9-7 on the road there in that one. Also, night moves winner last night, Washington Nationals on the road as they got the win over the Marlins. The first 2 Marlins batters scored in the game, and they didn't score again as Washington shut them down with the pitching. Foster Griffin, Foster the People, struck out 9 in 7 innings. Washington, Nasim Nunez, 16 stolen bases, leads the league, and that's been key, man. He's pretty good. Snelling looks like an interesting prospect for Miami. Also, night moves winner here, Mets and Diamondbacks game, a 2 under, 3-1. McLean outdueled Nelson. Nelson was on fire there. I said he would be yesterday on the show, and I lost on a bet with Arizona, but we had the under here on the show. But Nelson was able to keep pace with McLean. At one point, he retired, I don't know, 16, 17 in a row in that one. So, but the Mets got the win, actually, in 10 innings with the on the road there in Arizona. Pretty good game. Both teams scored in the second inning. That was it until Vientos had a game-winning hit, a double in the 10th. Arizona, it was about 3 weeks ago, I said, hey, man, Arizona, watch out, they're pretty good. Well, they're 4-12 in their last 16 games. So, I've lost a few tickets with them right now. Also, night moves winner, Cardinals and Padres game, 2 go under. The Padres lost because Fernando Tatis turned a routine RBI single into a 3-base error, clearing the bases for a 4-0 lead. And Tatis, this is what happened, so all of Stammen's getting too cute. He puts Tatis in there at second base for a while. I know Tatis wants to get back in the infield, or he likes a change of scenery. I think it's more at Tatis's request. But when you do that, then all of a sudden here's a routine ground ball where he wants to come up throwing a guy out second base, gets under his glove, 4-base error. You're not concentrating. Watch out. Padres is going to be pretty mad probably tonight. But we did have the winner with the under there. Okay, how about it? I'm just going to keep rolling off winners here from the card yesterday. How about Dodgers Braves under? Easy winner for me here on night move. Sheehan and Sale in quite a duel there as the Dodgers did get the win, though, 3-1 over the Braves there. Braves came in hot, but you know what? You're playing the Dodgers, so just calm yourself down. Also, night moves winner, 5-2 Giants over the Pirates there with Robbie Ray. They didn't get the call. We knew they needed to make a corresponding move or something like that, and Ray outdueled there, and my premium pick was on the Giants, so I couldn't miss in the National League. Basically won every game here on Friday night. Also, Night moves winner here with the Toronto Blue Jays last night as they got it done as the Blue Jays rolled over those Angels 2-0. Angels cannot hit, but they were going against Dylan Cease here. Detmers was okay as well, said he would be, and Toronto got that run line win. Also here, night moves winner Cleveland Guardians as they were able to roll over Minnesota 6-4. Messick looked good early, but it was the Cleveland Bats that got it done eventually in this one as the Guardians win over the Twins. They got to Pralip kind of early there. Night moves winner, Kansas City here. Didn't win them all in the American League, just 4-2. But we did have Kansas City with Bubic over Montero in that one, 4-3. But key there was my premium pick winner with the Tigers and the Royals under. Also, a night moves winner, Seattle Mariners on the road, 12-8. The pitching fell apart, no doubt, but was 12-8 in the end. So much for the starting pitching looking good there in that one. I thought it might be an under for sure, but we got the winner here on the show with Seattle. There also night moves winner Houston and Cincinnati game to go over there yesterday. We had that one. It was only 10-0 Houston. Lodolo actually, didn't look great, but he went, I believe, 5 1/3, 5 2/3. But remember, he's kind of coming back, so actually he did look pretty good. In the end, Houston beat him up there, 10-0 there in that one. Also, premium pick winner Yankees and Brewers game to go under. Mizorowski threw 10 pitches over 100 miles an hour. They're topping out, I think, at 103, they said, or something like that. And he overpowered. But Max Fried is starting for the Yankees. Well, I lost that one, but we did have the under. That was a premium pick, okay, there. And that night moves winner with the Cubs with Buster Brown in there, Ben Brown with the win there over Texas in that one on the road. Cubs beat them up 7-1 there in that one. So hopefully working out for everybody here. I basically count all my losses over the last 2 nights on one hand. So we better get to the show before you know. And hey, coming up, oh man, I was going to, let's see, I was going to play a rugby game with you guys. I hope it didn't already start here. Just underway. Maybe we can get on it live. I like the Rabbitohs and the Sharks. Under 53.5, just getting underway. NRL action here right now with the Rabbitohs and the Sharks. It is 2-0 right now, 8 minutes in. So I know that one's already kind of ahead of the pace there. So sorry about that. But I played it and I just got carried away with all these winners, I guess. All right, let's go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well besides me. I mean, how much can one man be so conceited to continue talking about his winners over and over again? Let's go see who else did well. I know some folks did better than me, so I want to highlight them right now and get you ready for the action here on Saturday over at Tony'sPicks.com. Like I said, we got a big day. Obviously, with all these sports, we've got, don't forget, domestic soccer action tomorrow as well. Madrid underway here. I did put one play in the system for those tennis fans. And we had an okay day, I thought, there yesterday. But great soccer action coming up today as well with some of the cappers here, including a full slate of Major League Soccer. And I'll probably be involved in a few games there anyway, even on the site. EPL, Serie A, La Liga, all going off here on Saturday, Bundesliga as well. So, all right, let me go over to Tony'sPicks.com and take a look at the handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot. I'm up there, but not the best percentage there. I was 75% there for 5 units. I was number one here, but Rod, look, he's 80%. So Rod's the winner here on Friday. Tom Reghard up over 3 units. Man, Tom, all this guy is win. And Hollywood Sam 3-0, Solo Malone 3-0, Ron Hahn 2-0, Javon Jones, great appearance today on the drive-through. Make sure you're checking out the drive-through Monday through Friday on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Javon was on there tonight. I think he even gave a play here. I'll let you go back and check out Javon there. Maybe I should give the play out because that's but you can go back and get his play for tomorrow for the Minnesota-Colorado game over the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Javon with his play was overnight. Brian Bittler 2-1 here on Friday, last 7 days. Tom Regard, I told you, look at this, 11 and a third units here over the last week. Tony T still crushing every day right now, 9.5 units. I think the AI, Tony's is ahead of the game as always with Tony. Rod Zawacki here up 9.25 units. I'm up almost 7.75 units over the last 7 days. And Hollywood Sam also, I'm up a little more than this too because I don't think these numbers include the props, the prop picks, if you know what I mean. So also Hollywood Sam, they're up 7.25 units here last 7 days. Last 30 days, look at Tony up here, 25.5 units. David Racy up 15.5 units. I'm up almost 13 units over the last month. So hope you're riding with me right now. I know several of you are. So Tom Righard up nearly 13 units. Profit Al Ninos. And we get it done. We could all get it done like Al Ninos. I wouldn't want to be trying to make the call on Al when he's put me to the test right now. All right. Take a look at the premium pick leaderboards over here, and we'll see what we got going here for Saturday. I know everyone's got their plays lined up, locked and ready to go. In fact, I've got, there it is, Ramon Scott UFC 328 5-pack fight pass. Get my main and co-main event picks here for Saturday for $45, profit guaranteed. If you don't win this, don't go at least show a profit with this card, you're going to get credits back to your Tony's Picks account. You can use them back here with me or another capper as well. So that's my featured play tomorrow, but I'll have plenty more plays tomorrow. Hey, it's going to be a good day of high volume over at Tony'sPicks.com. Tony T's got a Tony T Super Saturday 3-pack of Major League plays. Also, we've got here Damian Sosh, 10-star, NBA, Vegas Gold, Ron Hahn, his best bet, Al Ninos, NHL power play for tonight. Here also, Chris Adkins has his MLB Grand Slam best bet. David Racy, a Saturday afternoon NBA layup. That's part of the action over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can click on the All Cappers tab. That's how you find the handicapper of your choice. Click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. See some of the records that I've been lining up here over the last several days in several sports, winning in a lot of them here right now. Look at that. Even won my WNBA opener here, so pretty good day there. Look, I'm showing profit in pretty much every sport yesterday, and I'm planning on doing it again today. Here's some of the picks from yesterday that I had on my winning ledger, including the Giants there, Golden State Valkyries. Won my prop here with Anthony Edwards. Actually went 1 and 2 in the props. Conley was a no-show actually there for the Wolves, and he had been pretty solid, but did have the under with Detroit, under in the Yankees game. I took the Sabres, and also had some winners there in baseball here, in the college baseball there. I had a loser there with Utah total, but then let me see here. I think I got a couple winners here with Florida State and Clemson over, and Alabama and South Carolina over, and then some tennis winners from last night too. We cleaned up on that. Let's get to the action here. You guys have been patient, but I want to make sure we're promoting all the guys here over at Tony's Picks, okay? All right, Mr. Weskers was worried about what the Padres did there. Look, that's one night, and I know that Fernando was embarrassed, and it's gotten to a little bit of a low here for Fernando, and I'm gonna put my money on Fernando. Probably, Larry says, "Go Cubs, go!" Here, let's see. Astros wasted their opponent there yesterday, and the Twins got wasted. Astros still looking; those bats are good. You figure Houston's gonna come back. All right, Dylan Cease looked like Randy Johnson today for Toronto. Timmy's ready for the UFC card. Should be pretty hot. All right, Mr. Weskers. He is AI. Okay, here we go. Let's get started with the card. And we've got to go right away to the NBA, where the Pistons are going to take on the Cavaliers. Well, Pistons here up 2-0. Now, you could say that, hey, Pistons have not been overwhelming necessarily. They obviously look real good in these last 2 games right now, good enough so that if they could duplicate that effort, even though on the road, you got to take a little something off their game. But it still feels like if they came at it with the type of effort that they put forth in those last 2 games, they will still be able to do this here against the Cavs. And they are getting a few points here now. Look, Detroit here, I know they're an underdog. Look, Cleveland, they win at home, they don't lose on the road, but the Pistons are 13-2 against the spread and as an underdog this season. 4-1 against the spread in their last five overall. They've beaten Cleveland in four of the last five games between the two teams, and they've already shown they can dictate the physicality and tempo in the series. I want to give Cleveland a chance, but man, they're just not quite finding it. My man Mobley can't seem to take. He's got so much talent, and he's just a very unselfish player. Sometimes he has to take charge, it feels like, a little bit. Cleveland also qualifies negatively, I think, in the poor bounce back off bad shooting performances angle that so many people like to talk about, and a bad ATS profile against winning teams all season long. 15-35 against the spread. Number one seeds have historically struggled to sustain momentum after same series wins. So I don't know. Cleveland's home court angle and stronger team strength certainly support maybe the only counter argument here, the fact that they have to lay some points, and they really didn't even come that close there. One blowouts, no doubt, in those two games, but let's see what you guys think here in this one. And I don't know, Detroit seems to thrive in ugly games, and that's what Cleveland's going to need to do, is kind of make this one a little bit ugly, it feels like. Now, look, maybe the total here might be the way to go for me. The game three unders, I already talked about it. It did go 1-1 there yesterday, but when the team takes a 2-0 series lead, the games have gone under in 15 of the last 19 in game three spots where the team has taken a 2-0 lead. And you do have a division rivalry angle here where these two teams are very familiar with one another and gone under in 15 of the last 18 meetings against one another. Cleveland's gone under in 5 of their last 6 against Detroit overall, and this one's going to, be very, very physical, no doubt about it. I think Cleveland's offensive rhythm is obviously collapsed on the road. Maybe they can get it back, but just 1-6 against the spread overall in their last 7 games, period, for the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. And I look at 2-12 here, maybe even a little bit lower right now, and maybe it's going to continue to move lower here. I think me, I'm going to go to the total here. I feel a little safer. I think in this one, oh man, there's a lot of 212.5s out there, so it's actually maybe maybe steady, maybe moving up, maybe moving down. See if it's steady. I'm going under. I'm going under here in this one. With a game 3 venue shift here, always going to produce it. So you got to think right now. I'm going to say that this one's going to be right in the range. Maybe Cleveland wins it. Maybe it's just a game somewhere in the 104, 101, 106, 102 type of range. I don't know. Either team can kind of win this one, but I'm kind of thinking getting the points is the way to go. But I'm going to feel safer with the. Oops, I'm sorry, you guys. I still got this thing on my screen. Sorry about that. Let me put myself back up there. Jeez. Okay. Just what you guys want to see is a big old me. So let me see what you got in the chat, though, here right now. Nobody wants to see me all big in your face. Larry's on the Pistons here on the money line. And, just the final here right now. Final in Japan. Just moments ago, I'm seeing the final here is it was Lotte and the SoftBank Hawks just moments ago on a walk-off here. I think it was 5-4. I think a 5-4 final there. Okay, let's see here. Cavs against the spread here for Mr. Weskers. And he says he wants 40 from Harden. I mean, it's almost comical to watch him out there right now. Man, what a disappointment from Harden here. Over here for Cal Dog. Lay it with the Cavs. Cavs money line. Ron says a sweaty low. That's what I'm hoping for. Give me the – Ron's doing it with me. I'm on the under here with Detroit and the Cavs. Detroit, I mean, all right, next up. Going out west for the Thunder and the Lakers here, and the Thunder leading 2-0. And man, the Lakers have been so, I don't know, I must say clutch in a way, right? I mean, it seems like when they're just down and out and ready to get put out or knocked out, they've come back with some strong efforts here. But man, right now the Thunder seem to look pretty good and on a roll. And now that Luka, another no play for Luka here. So this one, it feels like all of a sudden, man, Lakers might just be out of season and out of gas and out of sorts. But let's see what you think here in this one. I think I'm being torn a little bit in opposite direction here, maybe. But Oklahoma City's been dominating the matchup here, obviously, in the series. They've gone 8-1, straight up and against the spread against the Lakers since last season, and also carry a strong, on the one-day rest this season and winning streak systems. That's all Thunder. And the Thunder are 6-0 in their last 6 and continue to be the only team that can challenge San Antonio. Obviously, they're the champs, but can't wait for that series. Lakers, though, have had some games here where they've been able to cover some spreads, especially when they're getting getting the modest points. It seems when they've kind of come through a little bit here. Lakers historically perform well at home on one day's rest. The desperation angle favors the Lakers. I know that. Definitely favors home teams down 2-0 in the NBA playoffs, even though we think of sometime like I might be here, that teams just continue to go on and blow them out. The matchup edge, to me, outweighs those here right now with what we've seen from Oklahoma City. Maybe they're on the road, and 8.5 points is a lot to cover, so probably just going to wimp out here and go back to the total, I think, in this one. Although Oklahoma City, the perimeter defense, the pressure they're putting on right now, I think until LA proves that they're just as athletic as Oklahoma City, and I don't know if they are right now. The numbers inflated, I think, here, so maybe the value's on the Lakers, but I'm more apt to lay it here right now. Let me go to the total. I'm going to take another under, of course, in Game 3. That, like I said, these are still going under at 72% long term here right now. Series with the 2-0 leads are producing unders nearly 80% of the time. So Lakers themselves on a major home under trend, cashing under in 6 straight at crypto. And Oklahoma City did look pretty elite defensively in that last game, and that defense may travel regardless of the pace that the Lakers will try to push here, I think, right now. I think most people were projecting over here with Oklahoma City and the points that they're putting up right now, but the Lakers know they can't win this game unless they get it slowed down a little bit here and try to really make this very methodical here. But unfortunately, that's kind of where Oklahoma City can actually thrive, because they protect leads very, very well, especially on the road. So that's why I think it eventually comes down to the Thunder just kind of putting the Lakers away, and it'll be like, probably somewhere in the range of 108 to 108 to 98 maybe, or something like that. Would that get it done for an under? That would be an Oklahoma City cover, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think that's what it'll be, right about there, 108 to 98, I'm going to say, with Oklahoma City. But more so, I think the under there. Look, the Lakers, might be able to clunk it up enough and just make it so that, hey, if both teams end up in the 90-point range, that's where the Lakers need it to be. The Lakers don't need this game to be. It's kind of funny because it does play right into the strength of OKC in a way, but the Lakers need to be close late because they can't come back. Here we go with the chat. Let's see what you have. Schroeder and Harden need to score more points. LeBron getting the Space Jam juice tonight. Lakers for Larry, OKC for Mr. Weskers. Cal Dog likes the over. Ron Borkwood says you can't bet against OKC right now. How about Lakers first quarter money line? There, an agreement from Timmy Two Shoes. And only Ben knocked it down 5 dimes today. And let's see here. I know, hey, only Bands was watching the show yesterday. Okay, that's probably what was going on. Mr. Westwood says the Lakers look better with LeBron off the court right now. Timmy says Lakers first half. OKC been limping around in the first half a little bit. And hey, want to say hello and welcome to the Crosa, our friend there. I haven't seen in a while. It says go under here in this one. And Timmy says they won game 2 first half, then OKC laid the boots to them here. And I just think there that, man, I want to root for this Lakers team, but I was really discouraged there. I hope I'm not just using the eye test here a little bit on this one and thinking that the Lakers are doomed. That's why I think I'm going with the under here. Another under for me. Don't worry about it. I mean, hey, if you're saying I'm copping out, I'll just take my chances with a couple of unders again. I know I failed there with the Spurs and the Wolves last night, but all right, that's going to do it for the basketball. We got to keep it moving here right now and get to the hockey here for a couple of games, right? Unfortunately, all these series in the second round of these sports are all kind of the same. They're all one-sided here right now. So, well, okay, let's see if it changes in hockey here. It doesn't feel like it will, does it? Here we have. Oops, let me just get my hockey notes on back here. All right. And we've got here Carolina Hurricanes going up against Philadelphia Flyers here. NHL action for Saturday. And, man, Carolina really looking the part here right now. And can Philadelphia here, man, at home. It might be, for some people just too much too soon here. Final. I don't know about too soon, but could this at $1.90 or so be a little bit too high for Carolina? It almost doesn't feel like it, does it? It makes it very, very difficult to take Carolina on the money line. But man, it's hard to I think strictly money line, playing the line itself, you're going to end up on the Flyers every time. But Carolina just looks so good, man. They look so good. Playoff favorites of $1.40 or higher produce terrible long-term ROI profits in the NHL playoffs, despite winning games at a pretty solid rate. Usually they're a little favored, like this. Just too much for the what's happened so far in the series, but teams leading a series have been unprofitable overall, actually, over the last 14 years. So it does make it tough, but they're just so dominant right now. Usually that'd be a total Flyers contrarian look, but Carolina enters on an 8-0 run straight up, 6-1 straight up overall, and they've beaten Philadelphia now in 11 of the last 12 meetings. So I think Philadelphia is not. They're in the trailing team bounce back desperation role here in this one, but man, the Hurricanes allowing just 2.8 goals per game, and the Flyers right now just projecting maybe 2.2 goals per game in my numbers here. So Carolina's playoff structure is exactly the type of defense that tends to survive situations like this, where Philadelphia just not getting much together. Do have some zigzag and trailing series systems here, but just not sure it's going to be what really. I guess -1 is probably the best way to go if you can feed it in there, because this one feels like 3-2 all the way here. So maybe the total's a stronger play. Carolina's gone under in 9 of their last 10. Philadelphia's gone under in 5 straight here. And this series, of course, 5 consecutive head-to-head meetings have gone under between these two. So I think it kind of goes with the fact that elite defensive teams like Carolina's strong goaltending does matter more in the end than offensive explosiveness and what the Flyers have tried to accomplish with their team this season. So Carolina has a playoff history a little bit too, for sure. And even though these playoff overs in this role have been kind of profitable, I think that be hard-pressed for Philly to score more than 2 here in this one. So guess I'll just take Carolina on the puck line here. They certainly have a great penalty kill as well, but man, I really just want to take them on the money line. We can't complain. Just got to take what we can get here, and maybe in a deciding game that maybe a little bit of an empty net situation can come into play. Look, it's paying off at plus $1.50. I think Carolina on the puck line is the obvious choice in this one. Maybe Philly gets it, man. 6:15 Eastern, 3:15 Pacific for the game tonight. Let's see what you guys have in this one. But, oh, boy. Are they all? But maybe when we get to the next round, maybe we just get to the next round and we'll have some good games in basketball and hockey right now. This one will be fine. Philadelphia's going to be desperate. It'll probably be, 3-1 or something, or 2-1, and then maybe 3-1. Could be 4-2. That would take it over. And I kind of thought maybe under would be the right call here in this one, but I'm just going to take the Flyers here on the puck line. We're taking Carolina, of course, on the puck line tonight. Got to do it. I'm all about the blowouts here now. I hate close sporting events. I always want it to be very – okay, here we go. Let's take a look at what the chat is saying here for this one. Ron had those Ducks. So did I. That was, you know what? Hey, look, if anything here, I'm coming off a couple of L's here on the ice, and I'm feeling kind of chalky because of that. Larry's on the Hurricanes on them. It's sometimes it's a little negative reverse chase system. Larry here on the Hurricanes on the money line. Flyers for Timmy Two Shoes. Flyers for Only Bands. Remember, I've been on the Flyers here already in this series, and I wasn't happy about it. So win at home, rest at home, says Only Bands. Canes in regulation for Farley here right now. They want to win at home, so it won't be 4-0. Cal Dog likes the under. And Hurricanes -2 for the Crosa. Good to see the Crosa here coming in with some heat there. I don't mind that either. Let's do it. I mean, I don't want to get too down on the Flyers, man. It's been an incredible rush. But remember, this was a team that was almost left for dead there for a while. I mean, they were probably going to make the playoffs, but they were showing nothing. They were kind of in that mired spot where you're just like, man, do we really even want the Flyers to make the playoffs here? They're not really that good. Then they played a lot better, certainly down the stretch there. So let's see here. Timmy told everyone 7 goals, he said. And all right, I guess that's it for that one. Good job, you guys. Let's go to the West Conference here with Avalanche on the road over the Wild. Same thing here, maybe not. Avalanche is favored, like it, $1.85, 5.5 under 20. But you know what? Maybe I just need a dog, but I might be more apt to try to come in with Minnesota here. I think in this one, certainly on the puck line, but maybe why not on the money line here? The plus $1.10 here. Yeah, I didn't mean it. I'm just kidding. I don't want the run line here, but I have the line incorrect on the screen. There is what the problem is. We know it's not $1.85. Okay, here we go. $1.25, do you think, you guys? Yeah, $1.25, maybe $1.30 at some of the square books. There we go. And the total, I was using a previous game there. A shell of a previous game. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. $1.25, but no, I think I'm about the Wild here. I think in this one, hey, you know what? We've seen a lot of defensive games. I don't think this is going to be one here. We've already seen some Wild games here, right? So this is a classic spot where the underdog, I think, becomes attractive here. Colorado's terrific right now. They're on that 9-0 streak, winning 10-0 on the road. They're awesome, man. They're just crushing it. But teams leading playoff series have historically been poor investments in the NHL, especially in the 115 to 135 range. More importantly, I think you got the road favorite off of a series win that teams do kind of collapse in game number 3. Colorado certainly could fit the bill as being ahead of that curve because they've been so awesome, no doubt. But usually this roll is about a 25% negative ROI position here. So Minnesota has had their moments of excitement, and trailing here at 2-0. This is a dog that I want to be on. Wild are 6-1 in their last 7 games at home. A desperate environment. And Colorado's clearly the better team, but I think situationally this is a better spot to look for a dog here. I think the trends here a little bit different from the other game, right? Colorado's gone over in 4 of their last 5. Minnesota's gone over in 5 of their last 6. Good offensive pressure from both these teams. We've seen it obviously already in this series. So. Yeah, the other one did go over, remember, just because it was 7 goals, still went over in game number 2. So I think it actually helps Minnesota to know that they, at least have it in the back of their mind that they can score, even though they were limited to 2 last game. They still have the crazy game, the 9-6 game in game number 1. So I think over might be the call. Colorado, man, they're averaging, like 3.7 goals, and Minnesota's averaging 3.4 here of late. So I think both club. Minnesota's not going to worry here. It might be their downfall, but I'm going to take them here on the money line in this one. And you heard me on the total a little bit, but I think I like the side better here. Colorado's going to be confident, no doubt. But if Minnesota wins, it's going to be 4-3, 5-4, something like that, I think. So, all right, teams losing by multiple goals in the previous playoff game have responded well, and that's kind of what I'm looking at for Minnesota here a little bit. And I think hard to fathom, but I think they're going to increase the tempo, increase it, flush it, and respond. Push the puck up the ice. Let's see what you guys have in this one. All right. Abs for Cal Dog. Abs for Larry. No one's going to be with. No one's with. Oh no, here's plus money with the Wild, and so only bands with the Wild. All right, I got a couple guys with joining here. Cal Dog's on the over. That's where I should be, huh? Colorado to beat the Hurricanes in the Stanley Cup. It's only 3:30 still. Wow, how about that? Only bands. And Timmy says maybe Minnesota for him too tonight. And Ron says he's in Twin Cities. Or no, he's in Minnesota. So try the Wild. I'm not saying where he's at. I don't know where he's at. He's in Minnesota. And he'll take his Minnesota Wild. And how about overtime from only bands? Could it be 3-3? 3-3 overtime, 4-3 final. Let's do it. Exact score line 4-3 in favor of the Wild in this one. Feels like it's going to be 5-4. Feels like it's going to be 5-4. All right. I think that's it for hockey. We got to go. We got to go with baseball here right now. We got Saturday card, man. All right. And we got 4 in the WNBA. Don't forget. And I want to be watching tennis here in 50 minutes. I might have to give a pick on the air here if I can't get my bet in. I'll have to punch it in where we're on the air here. All right, let's go to it. Let's go to Major League Baseball here tonight. Did Cal Dog get the yes? Okay, thank you. So this is how long it's right now. I think I can do it every time. Cal Dog is doing it every time, and I got to be ready. And I remembered that time. So, let's go to the major leagues here on Saturday. We got day games, actually mostly late afternoon. There's really no early starts. They're late afternoon on the West Coast and or on the East Coast. No afternoon games. Basically, they're twilight, late afternoon. You know what I'm saying. The Angels are at the Blue Jays here, 3:07 Eastern, 12:07 Pacific. Jack Kohanowitz on the mound here for the Angels, 3.04 ERA, 2-1 record. Trey Yesavage, 0.96 ERA, 1.29 WHIP. Yesavage here looking pretty good here so far. And just a couple of starts, but you look at what Yesavage did in the postseason last year. In the late in the regular season last year, man, it looks like they got a good one here. Toronto did break their losing streak. They handled the Angels pretty well there in game number one. It was 2-0 behind Cease, but the Angels struggled again on offense, and they're still 7-14 on the road here right now. So it hasn't been. Like I said, I think I've got the Angels last in the majors. I don't want to do that to them, but Toronto's strong at home. The Angels lost 7 straight on the road here, so probably just going to go to the Blue Jays on the run line to think they can do it again. Yesevich, like I said, 2 very good starts so far. Both teams trending heavy to the under. Angels 2-8 to the under in their last 10. Toronto 3-5 to the under in their last 8. Angels are 12-9 to the over on the road, but I'm just going to take the run line here with the Blue Jays because I think the Angels are, oh boy, it's starting to catch up to them already, and we're only in the second week of May here right now. Blue Jays plus $1.20 on the run line for me. This is how the show works here. I kind of give a little preview, say some things that I know about the game, and then you guys in the chat make your comments, and then I flash it on the screen like this. Larry says Angels versus Blue Jays a nerfy. Cal Dog likes the under here. Look, I like Coconowitz. I think everybody, Kohanowitz. Tony always got me saying coconuts. But Kohanowitz, Jack Kohanowitz, one positive for the Angels for sure has been his development over the last season and a half here. Unfortunately, everything else is a work in progress. All right, I'm going to take the Blue Jays on the run line here. A's and O's here in Baltimore with Aaron Sabali going here for the Athletics. 2.94 ERA, 3-1 record. Sabali, A's did a good job, of putting together a decent rotation. I mean, look, I think their record is reflective of the growth of the team a little bit this season. I think they see the finish line here in Las Vegas, and you got to build it up a little bit. And you're throwing some guys out there with some experience. Shane Baz has some experience, but he's got a 5 ERA and a 1-3 record here. And the A's got it done on these guys yesterday to open the series by the score of 4-3. So A's come in here off of a pair of wins over Philly and Baltimore, and Baltimore lost to Miami there on the road before this one. So look, the A's are a dog here. They're playing pretty well right now. Let's see what you guys have in the chat in this one. Baltimore is over in 8 of their last 10 right now, but the Athletics are 8-13 to the under on the road, but they got some power. They won 11 of their last 15 on the road, and they've won 4 out of the last 5 against Baltimore. Shane Baz has that 1.53 whip, and Baltimore, big time over this season also, 25-13 to the over here. That might be the way to go, but I kind of want to trust Sabali here again. The A's got it done yesterday, and I'm going to take them here again today. Give me the A's on the road over Baltimore in this one with Sabali over Baz. But you know what? We might see some runs. And let's see what the chat says in this one. A's bats are just too good right now. How about my man Shea Langoliers? Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I keep saying that thing that I did? I thought it was a cool thing, but it's too, I don't know, it's, like stock market for players, right? You buy the player and then you can sell the player later. And I downloaded it like 2 years ago, and I put $50 in there, and I put it all on Shea Langoliers. I haven't even checked it right now. I mean, it's got to be at least $200. Come on, this guy's on fire. Probably should check it out. If he doesn't 4X it right now in the last 2 years, then it must be like, might be fraudulent. It might be like loading up on Kalshi the day before the bombing starts. All right, Cal Dog's on the A's here. Larry says A's versus Nationals under first 5. 5.5 in there. Who is the man? He's here. He's Shaq. He's got the over in this one. I agree with Shaq, I think. Langoliers, man, this guy's the A. This is what I'm saying about the A's. They have, going to continue to spend a little bit more money And then the next year they'll continue to spend. It's going to be a home run in Vegas. One thing I've learned is Vegas is I don't want to burn any bridges here. They're a town of doubters, but the money speaks. The money talks. So, I mean, after watching decades of stadium incompetence in San Diego, I mean, these things they built 3 while I've been here in 3 years. It seems like Nationals and Marlins here with Zach Littell, 7.24 ERA, bringing a bad reputation to the Littell name here. Jansen Junk. You know, Jansen Junk, I believe they said the actual, no, everybody calls him Jansen Junk, but I think his heritage is actually Jansen Junk. Is that true? But Washington comes in here pretty hot right now, but Littell, questionable numbers. Junk actually has been a prized possession. 2.81 ERA, 2-3 record coming in, 104 the whip. He's looked quite good. And Washington got the win yesterday, but you got to think Junk's got to be the advantage here today. Washington won it yesterday 3-2 in a low-scoring game between these two. Washington's actually 13-7 on the road. Miami 500 here at home, but that might be still a high price even for Junk's been good, but this isn't a garage sale. All right, total here at 8.5. Washington 24-13 to the over. Miami 22-15 to the over. But it certainly calmed down there yesterday, and you wonder if it just might not here again today. I already said that Washington's bats, even though they got the win, that they've been gone cold since that hot start that they were on. And Littell, probably will be better. Like I said, I still think he's going to be an okay pitcher, but right now it's not so good. And Junk, he's superseded everybody's expectations, it seems like, over the last half a season plus that he's been on the scene here in Miami. So let's see what you guys think here in this one with the Nationals and the Marlins. Washington's road form is interesting here, right? And so let's see what you guys think here. Like I said, I think it was a clear under yesterday, and it does feel like maybe the momentum of these offenses has shifted a little bit here. And here we go. Let's go to the chat. I don't think we have that much here with the chat. Timmy thinks that Vegas A's he thinks the team is not going to be named the A's. And Lacrosse says the A's go back to normal. Nice run, but back to reality. I agree. They'll fade, I'm sure, in the end because they're not going to have the depth. But I will say this, Crosa, the American League West isn't putting much scare into anybody either, too, right? I mean, the Mariners are not exactly proving anything yet. Nats here for Timmy. Cal Dog is on the Nats. Plus money says, no, Marlins money line. And Timmy says the Nats are better than the Marlins. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, look, right now, the Marlins sitting here just one game behind him in the standings. Shaq says take the Marlins here. I just have a problem, I think, with the price. I'm going to go under in this one. I think Junk deals. Who we need is Ron Hahn. Where's Ron Hahn? I mean, we got Junk in here. And, we know Ron and Fred, has been a longtime friend of Fred Sanford. All right, it's going to do it here for that one. I'm going to take the under here in this one. Timmy said Marlins, yeah, they are slumping here right now. They definitely have lost a few. They did pick up a win in that last game of the series against Baltimore, but they struggled really against them. And Marlins here for Farley. Jimmy says you can't trust Junk like you could last year. It looks like it looks like he's better than last year. Okay, let's keep it moving here on Night Moves. Next up, the Rays and Nick Martinez going up against the Red Sox and Peyton Toll. All of a sudden, we got a pitcher's duel on our hand, pitching matchup here with Tampa Bay and Boston. Man, you got to think these guys are going to be dealing. Now the Rays offense has been pretty good, but Martinez, 1.71 ERA, 3-1 record. He's been one of the best starters in the major leagues. He doesn't strike you out, we know that, but he gets you to, he gets you out. He gets you out. 1.02 WHIP, just 28 Ks on the season. For Peyton Toll here, 2.03 ERA, 1-1 record. He's got 23 Ks already, and he hasn't pitched but a few starts here so far. Toll looks good out there, a big left-hander, and I think Toll, for whom the bell tolls, going to be around for a while. Let's see how you have it, though. I mean, this Tampa Bay team is unstoppable here right now. The Red Sox finally got them there yesterday, so maybe the Red Sox are going to put a stop to them, but they needed, obviously, a top-notch pitching effort there yesterday from Connerly Early and company. It was still a good game, 2-0 in that one, but the Red Sox were able to finally cool down the Rays for one day. How do you have it in this one in the chat? Tampa's got the great form. Martinez has been excellent. Both pitchers rate really well here, I think. Rays, of course, have gone under in 11 of their last 13 right now. Boston's 5-12 to the under here at home. So you know what I'm doing. Give me the under here. What does it say on the screen here? I'm reading my notes. 7.5 under 15 is what I made it, and that's already gone down. I'll tell you what, that's already this game was at 8, and it's already been hit, obviously, here. This game was 8, and now it's 7.5. So I'll take it as my free play. It could be a premium, but it has been hit by the Sharps here, obviously, overnight here. Give me the under with the Rays and the Sox. The chat's going to have plenty to say about this. Boston on the run line for Mr. Weskers. The Rays, Cal Dog. Rays finally lost, couldn't even score. Tampa here says, it's Nick Martinez, man. Come on. I know I've been a supporter of Martinez ever since he came back to the States. Rays Boston under 4.5 runs per 5. Farley's on the Rays. Cal Dog likes the under. Ron says Rays money line plus money says under 7.5. Shaq's on the Sox. West Up is here, giving us his parlay for later on. There's Timmy. Says take the over. The Crossa's on Tampa to get back here on Peyton Toll. I'll take the under in this one. All right, the Astros are on the road, taking on the Reds. Hey, we were on those Astros yesterday with these bats, man. They're getting it done. Astros picked up a strong win there on the road. Here we had the over actually on this show, but I was had a bet on the Astros certainly yesterday. And Arrighetti here, who's already 4-0 with a 1.95 ERA. We talked about all the problems with Tony about the Astros rotation, and they, got Arrighetti back. And look, out of all the guys on the team, you looked at him in there, you're like, well, he's probably the ace of the team right now when he even came back, and he's proven it. I mean, these are solid numbers here. 1.95 ERA, 4-0 record so far. He's up here against Chase Burns. Now, the Reds are in a big-time slump here, and Chase Burns is they're going to need him here. 2.19 ERA, 3-1 record, 102 WHIP. Got another hot pitching matchup here, and a Reds offense that's kind of not performing here. But Houston is 7-13 on the road, but Cincinnati's dropped 9 of their last 10 here right now. They are slumping, no doubt. Burns does give them a capable starter to match up here with Arrighetti. In fact, he should certainly got to say Burns is a little bit better, but the numbers are still, Arrighetti shorter sample size, and his numbers are a little better. Burns at home. But the Reds, 8-game losing streak here has to be called into question, I think, right now. And now you're going to tell me that they're favored here in this one by, look at this price, $1.65 in this situation. Burns is great, but the Astros can slug, man. I mean, they won it yesterday, and they won it 10-0. So I'm going to be on the Astros again here. Even the run line might even be a little too pricey still here at minus $1.50. I guess I'll just take them on the run line. Oh, do I have the wrong name up there on the thing? Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. No, you see how I work right now with, how I do sometimes I just type right into I'm so lazy. I can't even type parentheses. I want to try to save every keystroke. Thanks, guys. But obviously, we're talking about the right guy. We're talking about the right guy in Chase Burns. So now these two teams are massive over teams, but I think this matchup kind of, uh, shows that with these two pitchers might not be. But if you put if you just took the starting names off of the starting pitching, you might just go over here and look 8.5. It might be over because I think that's too high. Because these two teams, they're combined 49 and 26 to the over. The Reds are over 14 and 5 at home. The Astros are over 15 and 6 as an underdog here. So, but I kind of want to take. I'm going to take the Astros. That's what I'm going to do. Give me the Astros again here in this one. Run line's minus $1.50. If you like that, that might be okay too. But hey, for my show on Night Moves, I'm going to take the money line here. But I might squeeze in a little run line, massage it up to +1 for tomorrow with a big card. I don't want to get blown out or anything. So give me the Astros here right now on the road in this one. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got here. We got Cal Dog on the Astros. Mr. Westwood says he sees $1.65 in there. So, okay, that's good. A little bit of a move there. Better move it down here. Don't want to give myself too much credit on that. I'll take $1. Hey, $1.40 is not going to bother me in this matchup. I think I like Houston here. I think I'm clear on that. Timmy says he likes Arrighetti, but he'll take an L later today. Larry says Reds money line, first 5. Ron says he sees even $1.58 out there. Cal Dog sees $1.55. It's going down. Maybe right, Timmy. That was probably a NOLA price in there or something. There and Burns here for Cal Dog today. And let's see, Reds run line here though for Mr. Weskers. Also, Crosa says he likes the Astros reverse run line here in this one. Farley's on the Stros, so Cal Dog likes it too. See? There we go. I was just probably typing in too fast. Rockies on the road, taking on the Phils here with Kyle Freeland on the mound here for Colorado. For Freeland here in this one. Yeah, the numbers aren't great. 5.04 ERA, 1-3 record coming in. But hey, Colorado's won 2 straight. Freeland has a 1.36 WHIP coming in. Phillies here with Nola, 5.06 ERA, 2-3 record. It hasn't been great. 1.45 ERA, still 1.45 WHIP, still has 40 Ks right now. But hey, Rockies won yesterday here 9-7 to win game 1. We had them yesterday. So, you know what? Phillies here. This is $1. Is this $1.90? This is wrong too, right? Oh, no, this was okay. So I did have it right. Maybe it's a little high here for this for this one actually. $1.90 here and 8.5. Rockies come in here with a record of 8-12 on the road so far. Phillies are just 10-12 at home right now coming in. Nolan and Freeland both with these high ERAs. Both clubs are trending over. Yesterday obviously we saw the Rockies and Phillies put up 16 runs. So, and you know what? Maybe it'll happen again today. Nola's not looking that good. Colorado's gone over in 8 of their last 10. Philadelphia is 18-10 to the over at home. 13-8 to the over as a favorite. And 13-8 to the over at home. 18-10 to the over as a favorite. So give me the over here in this one with the Rockies and the Phillies here on Saturday. I got to go over with these two right now. And let's see what the chat says here in this one. We've got Shaq on the Reds. Cal Dogs on the Rockies. Larry and I will go over. Mr. Wester says, is that one it's still a typo? I had to double check myself. But yeah, maybe some more Rockies run line. The Phillies are definitely, playing some weird ball. They, started to heat up. Now they've lost a couple in a row here to the A's, giving up 21 runs over the last 2 days. Farley likes the over. Rockies bullpen would let Cal Dog get a hit. The Crosa says over. All right, the Minnesota Twins here are on the road with Joe Ryan. Is Joe Ryan really pitching? I thought he was out for the rest of the season. Well, he's back. Does he? I think he's got loose bodies in his elbow. I don't know what the problem is, but this sounds a little bit dicey. I mean, they just said, he just left his last game. They said he's got an elbow injury. Well, hey, I'll probably just go out there and throw a complete game next time. I got these bionic elbows out there. Seems like Joe Ryan's got a problem with his elbow right now. I'm real hard pressed to believe after they just made a big deal about it. Now, maybe I read it wrong. Maybe I read the story wrong, but I thought they said Joe Ryan was going to need some rest at least, or not, much less anything else they might want to do to his elbow to get him back into Joe Ryan form. Now, look, his numbers aren't bad. 3.72 ERA, 2-3 record coming in, 106 WHIP, but look, the Twins, I know they don't want to let things slip away here. They're already 16-22. They've lost 3 in a row here right now. They're going up against the Cleveland team that has won 3 straight, including yesterday's game 6-4. Twins are 6-13 on the road here. And, man, Bybee, look at his numbers so far at home. Man, Bybee's been dynamite right now. So, man, I got to think – feels like a premium here. Maybe I'll look at the total in this one because I gotta like Cleveland here. Let's see what you guys think, or let me see what's going on with this one. What's going on with where is that coming from? Why is my Discord popping off right now? Let me close this out. Somebody must be putting their fight picks in or something. All right. Got to get rid of that. Okay, let me go. We'll see what you guys have here in this one with Bybee here right now. Cleveland does own the head-to-head at least right now too. Twins are 1-8 in their last 9 road games. Bybee's, I wouldn't call him shaky. I mean, I think here at home he's been much stronger than at home. Yeah, he does have a 4.58 ERA overall and a 1.47 WHIP. But I know that much steadier right now at home when Bybee's been in there. So let's see what you guys have here in this one. I'll go to the chat here with Minnesota and Cleveland again. We got a little American League Central, but I whiffed on this one yesterday. I went I had the Guardians yesterday. We had the win here on the show, but, I can't help but talk about these American League unders. And, yesterday's game was far from an under there. But Bybee has a 1.66 ERA at home, and the Twins have struggled on the road in the bullpen. And Cleveland's bullpen at home has been solid. Man, let's see what you guys think in this one. Minnesota's gone over in 6 of their last 7. Here overall, I'm going to go with the over in this one, man. Joe Ryan, I feel like it's trouble, man. Give me the over here. Maybe just, I don't know. What do you do? Get yourself some painkillers. You shoot yourself. All right, here we go. Shoot yourself up in the elbow. I don't want to say the wrong thing there. Over for Cal Dog. A nerfy for Larry. Timmy will take the Twins. Farley's on Cleveland. And Mr. West says if the Twins bullpen comes in the 5th, then it could be in favor of the Guardians here, but he doesn't trust the Guardians' bats. So the Carosa says go over. He's got those blazing 7s. If you know, you know. Cubs and Rangers here, and the Cubs, no stopping them. There's no stopping us. Cubs win again yesterday over these Rangers in just dominating another performance here. Cubs Yankees, the World Series we've always wanted. Could it be? Cubs here, $1.40 on the road. Rangers with Jack Leiter here in this one against Cabrera for Edward Cabrera here. He's got a 3.27 ERA, 1.28 WHIP. Jack Leiter, 5.44 ERA, 1-4 record. Yeah, the game went under yesterday. We are in Texas. Probably going to go under again today. I think this one goes under. This is one, yeah, like I said, I struck out with some American League Central unders, but I'm never going away from this Texas under right now, especially if the first game of a series comes in under. They're 2-13 to the under at home here right now. Yesterday's game was 7-1. It stayed under by 1 run, and Texas has been a solid under at home, especially if they don't hit. Now, Cabrera's not the most solid, and maybe Leiter here. He could get lit up. But let's see, nothing from the chat here just yet. Let me break it down a little more and let some people type in their comments here, or maybe that just doesn't interest anybody because, man, the Cubs, aren't they hot right now with this double-digit winning streak coming in? Texas home under trend is something too, no doubt about it. Cubs might get there themselves, I think, in this game, but Chicago's on the road. They definitely are going over here right now, 11-5 to the over. It's not exactly opposite, but when I see these kind of conflicting trends, I think, that, like I said last night, or I've said in the past, rely on the home more than the road, right? Because in the road, you're going to different venues. At home, you're in this venue all the time. Now, there's no doubt the Cubs are kind of mashing here right now. 4th in batting average, 3rd in RBIs, 4th in hits, 1st in walks too. That's pretty impressive. That'll help. So, all right, give me here the under in this one with the Cubs and the Rangers. I'm willing to do it again. I do think, though, the Sharps are kind of, let me look at it. I think there's already been a little bit of a move to the over. I'm doing this off memory, so maybe not. No. It's no. The move's to the under. The move is to the under. Okay, let's go to the chat here now. We do have a few comments. Let's see here. Mr. Westwood says you can't bat those Texas bats right now. Cal Dog says Cubbies. Feels like Cubbies just going to win, for fun here. And Larry says, how about it? Cubs World Series. Wouldn't that be great? Cubs and Yankees. I mean, I don't think that one. I mean, did it happen like way back when? The Cubs and the Yankees? It had to happen once or twice. I mean, I feel embarrassed. I wouldn't know. I mean, I know it hasn't happened in I know it hasn't happened in my lifetime, but I mean, has it happened? I almost want to chat GPT that. I think it's happened once or twice, right? Back in the 20s or something, or 30s. That's pretty bad. I should know these things. Can anybody get it before I chat GPT it? Had to be once or twice. Okay. 1932. 1938, 1941. Okay, so I was a little bit off. I was off by a few years. The Yankees are 12-1 in World Series games against the Cubs. Of course, how Babe Ruth called the legendary shot in 1932 World Series. How do you not know that? If you're Ramon Scott. 1938, they won during their 1930s dynasty run, and in 1941, it was Joe DiMaggio. All right. Jimmy says take Texas. And Larry says something about he's on the Mariners on the money line here for the next. He's already prepared his next, but he had to type in 1932, and then he got his pick stuck in there too. Thank you, Larry. That's awesome that you knew that, and I should have known better than that. I knew they had done. I knew they had played. Okay, I'll never forget again. And Ron, have you looked at? This is awesome. I'm probably ruining the show here, but there are some. With the technology today, the colorization. I mean, it's almost ubiquitous now. Like all the great videos have been colorized, and going back and watching the baseball ones, if you're, some loner like me that doesn't have anything to do but watch old YouTube videos, but it really is cool, the colorization of them and seeing some of the. You go back and look at some of the first televised games and stuff. I might have gone down a YouTube rabbit hole on that. All right, plus money here says go under. Next up, we already got Larry's pick here, Mariners. He had it ready to go, and then he had to type in the years. Okay, Mariners here on the road with Luis Castillo. Not looking like Luis Castillo here. 6.29 ERA, 0-3 record. You got to wonder if something's up when you see something like that. 1.68 whip coming in, and if you're Castillo and it's a thing where you just don't have it right, and you got it, and you're on a Seattle team struggling right now, you got to keep plugging. You got to keep going. Anthony Kay, 7 appearances, 5.7 ERA, 1-1 record here in this one. Obviously, Mariners huge favorite here, $2. I don't know. I mean, White Sox said we know they haven't been awful. 17-20. They're only a half a game worse than Seattle here right now, and at least here, you'd think. Let's see if I make sure I have this line right. It is only $1.40 here, right? So, you could say to me, look, if the Mariners were doing anything here right now, if Castillo was doing anything, this would be like $1.75 or higher. But I think what we have here is the Mariners not performing well and Castillo not performing well. But Anthony Kay has not looked good either. I remember I went with the Mariners yesterday because I thought the series history was significant enough. And I think that that's what's going to happen here today. Even if the Castillo is struggling here, the Mariners own these guys. White Sox are also just 1-4 in their last 5. Both starter, it could be some runs here with these guys kind of definitely looking poor here right now. But Seattle scored 12 on them yesterday. And I'd have to think that they could be erupting here again today. But I'm going to have to take the Mariners here at $1.45. Yeah, a little bit pricey here, but maybe for the show, that's just fine. Right? I mean, when I say that, right, I'm not going to give out maybe $1.45 as a premium, okay? But I think that that's a sound price here for Seattle right now. Like I said, if it's this thing, it should be $1.75 if Castillo was doing anything right now. If the Mariners were playing it all up to their expectations, maybe they're going to be like this all season. Maybe there's going to be some 500 team. Maybe the White Sox will overachieve and they'll be 500. Doesn't seem like that's going to happen in the end. You'd think the White Sox will fade a little bit, and the Mariners will kind of get it going. But that's like I said about the A's right now. The Mariners are doing nothing here in the American League West. Texas at home, they might be fine. On the road, they're definitely a liability. The Astros got the bats, but they're putting themselves in a predicament. Their pitching is weak. The A's are live, baby. All right, let's keep it going here right now. Oh, let me get to the chat here with the Mariners and the White Sox. No, it's fine, Larry, but I don't think you meant it like that. I think you were ready to put your return in, and then you're like, oh, I got to tell Ramon the years. It was like, okay. Let's see here. Cow Dog on the over. White Sox, Castillo is garbage, but Anthony Kay is a very unproven commodity here right now. Sox pitching can't be trusted. I mean, there are some guys, like I said, Mr. West, come on. Some of these starters are good. Anthony Kay right now has not proven anything. But the White Sox, they have some starters here, and I think that's part of their solution here right now. Sox are a fade, says the Crow. So, like I said, you guys, Murakami, hey, nobody's saying this guy's not a stud here, right? Murakami. All right. Sox bullpen, yeah. No, there's definitely the rest of the pitching, right? But there's no doubt the White Sox keep producing these starters. It's kind of crazy, but K is not one of them, just not yet anyway. Okay, give me the Mariners here again on the road. Okay, we're back to the American League Central here with decent matchup here, right? You've got Detroit here, 18 and 20 coming in, Kansas City 17 and 21, but you do have Michael Wacha. He's been okay, 3.04 ERA, 3-2 record, and Birch Smith. Um, um, you could fill in I think you might be able to fill in some punchlines here of with the group with this with Birch Smith, but his development and the way he's come along here a little bit. With Detroit here right now. Has had a certain uh, uh, woes here a little bit. I just remember him because he was with the Padres. He's no young guy, that's for sure. I mean, he is an old dude who's been in the major leagues here for many years, but spent some time in Japan. And basically, he's just been a journeyman his entire career here. He doesn't even really have much in the way of MLB success. Does have 245 strikeouts in his career, a 9-13 record, but he's a 13-year veteran here. But I can remember way back when he was with the Padres. I don't think he ever made it to the major leagues, so I think they traded him. But he here gets the start for the Tigers. The Tigers feel desperate here right now. He does have a 1.58 ERA, but again, this is just a journeyman pitcher coming in here today. And let's see what you guys think, though, in this one. I'll try to get some more data here. I got my script here. Let me bring it up. Oh. Okay. So it's going to be, this is a bullpen by committee type of game in this one. Here we go with the chat. Okay. Royals here for Mr. Weskers. Larry says under in this one. I think Cal Dog likes Wacha here. And the Tigers pick. Right. This is a bullpen like Ty Madden is going to be in. I'm looking it up here. I'm looking at my Detroit pitching situation here to see what we're going to end up doing here today with this one, because this is going to be a lot. It's going to be, I think, Ty Madden, although Madden may get pushed back a day. I think, you're going to have here Birch Smith in there as an opener, and then you're going to see probably Emmanuel DeJesus, Ricky Benasco in there as well, probably Hanafi could go here as well. In this one, then it's still gonna be stretched, right? Because Finnegan was in there blowing the save yesterday. Herder got the loss. Holton threw 14 pitches. So the Tigers do have they have enough guys, but they did kind of go with some of their deep guys late there in the game yesterday, and they might be not ready to go here. The men really lost the game to the Royals here yesterday by the score of 4-3, as the Royals were able to get the walk-off win in the bottom of the ninth inning there on the single by Kyle Isbell. So Detroit's having some issues here. 4 straight losses. Kansas City's definitely done a nice job coming back a little bit right now. They're still one game behind Detroit in the standings, but Detroit still 6-15 on the road. Kansas City 12-9 at home. I don't think the price here on Wacha is too bad at $1.35 or so. That sounds okay to me. I don't think it's it might not be quite in premium range here, but maybe I'd probably prefer to take that $1.35 or so in this one with Smith and Wacha here. It went under yesterday. Here's Farley on the Royals. Here's plus money with the over. Here's the Crosa. He says over. So these, oh man, you guys are on the over here. I mean, this is I guess I'm just trying to fit it in the script to the American League Central. I mean, Walker's a stabilizer; he's a stopper. Kansas City's won 6 of 8. This series is under heavy as well. Also, both these teams have gone under in 7 of their last 10 games. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. I'm going to go under as my play actually here with the Tigers and the Royals. I can't stop going under in the American League Central, even if I lost one. Well, I think it was 1-1 yesterday, the American League Central games, but I'm actually taking the over on that Twins Guardians, right? So, okay, let's see here. Oh, we got a few more comments. Let me get them in here. We got Timmy says Royals first 5. We're having a great time here on Night Moves. Right now, it's going to be the Yankees taking on the Brewers here. Cam Schlittler. Man, 1.52 ERA, Schlittler, 0.87 whip, 53 Ks, 5-1 record. He's up against Kyle Harrison here, who has taken his game to Milwaukee, and his game's looking good. 2.12 ERA, 3-1 record, 1.11 whip. The Giants kind of could have used Harrison by now. Brewers, we think of all that pitching they got, and they plug in Harrison here, and he looks good. So, look, both these teams are sailing here right now. Yeah, the Yankees are on fire, but Milwaukee's done a nice job to get back here, 20-16, coming in here to this one. Now, no doubt, look, Brewers shut him out, but Mizorowski was the one that did the number there yesterday. I don't think Harrison will have kind of the same success. Schlittler has been pretty awesome, and he's been better than that. He's been terrific. Total here 7.5. Schlittler is about $1.35. It feels like 15 cents, a little bit too cheap. But Brewers got the win yesterday, so you got to hand it to them. But the Yankees you don't want to keep them down. You can't keep them down for very long. But if you got some momentum here, the fans are going to be into it. Obviously. This is a quality pitching matchup with elite K rates for both guys. Yankees certainly are better, but Milwaukee's home form right now, 11-8, 7-7 is an underdog here. Yankees 12-7 on the road. Yankees 6-12 to the under on the road. Milwaukee's gone under in 6 of their last 9 games overall. So I'll try here. I better try the under in this one, man. I'll go under. Said I kind of think that's a value, but look, they couldn't score against Mizorowski. I think this is a little bit different here, and like I said, I think the Yankees might be a little too cheap at $1.35. $1.50 is pretty much my projection, so I might have to save it for a premium. If it goes up too high, I might back down. Hey, Greater Western Sydney just knocked off Essendon. 103-89. Oh man, I just missed my total there. Wait, what did I? 192. Oh, I lost by a half. I lost by 1.5. I went under. It went over by 1.5. Oh boy. All right. Well, I try to have a little fun in the middle of the night. Here come the plays from you guys. Mr. Westers likes these Brewers bats. Plus money says Brewers on the money line. Larry says over here. Farley is on the Yankees. Cal Dog says the Yankees will bounce back. And, hey, there's Fambo. Good to see Fambo. Fambo says his A's won yesterday. What about my A's? Look, I've been promoting the A's coming to Vegas. Thank you, Fambo. Good to see you. Let's go A's. What does Fambo's street signs there say in his avatar? Final. Oh, geez, I don't know. To hurry, take it off the screen, Fambo. He's taking the Brewers and over, and we're taking it off the screen. All right, nobody look at that. All right, Timmy says he'll play. It's not that bad, but here on the Tony Speaks YouTube channel, I gotta, be careful. Timmy says he'll play the White Sox run line, Milwaukee money line for a nice parlay there. That's not a bad. Hey, Timmy, come on. I'm not. Hey, how you get all those. Hey, I'm gonna play a 4-team parlay. I'm not one to say don't do it. I mean, I said it yesterday. You are but when you have an advantage, you should sometimes do some parlays. All right, I think what we're trying to avoid is putting a bunch of $3 favorites together, right? Timmy still thinks it's going to be the Jets when they get here. What is it with the Jets in Las Vegas? Remember they used to have the Las Vegas 51s, and then now that the uh, um, federal government has released the official information there on the aliens now, the alien sightings here today, maybe the Las Vegas 51s can come back. All right, here we go. I'm serious. They were called the 51s. After they were the Las Vegas Stars, they were the Las Vegas 51s. All right, and that's Area 51. You guys know what I'm talking about. If not, look it up. Cardinals and Padres here with Strandy Vasquez. It was a bad night for the Padres. Like I said, Tatis made a huge error. 3-base error was 4-0 because he overran the ball like a little leaguer. And he had egg on his face just when all the pressure's on his shoulders. Even Tony T makes fun of him every time I'm on the show right now, and it's deserving. But again, why are we messing around? Why are we moving Fernando Tatis to second base and then back out to right field? You have a Gold Glove right fielder. Why are you moving him to the infield? And then he goes back in the outfield and he overruns the ball like he's in caps. So St. Louis comes in here with a 2-game winning streak, but Dustin May has a 5.15 ERA and a 3-3 record, and it really has not looked like old Dustin May other than his hair. For Strandy Vasquez, 3.20 ERA, 3-1 record, 1.17 WHIP. He's actually quite improved on his WHIP here right now. And like I said, I love all the Yankee starters that end up in San Diego. That's the way to go. Take the lesser of the starters. They're probably pretty darn good. Padres here, probably $1.45 here in this one. And that seems a little bit pricey considering the Cardinals have been so hot and did the job yesterday. But I kind of like the Padres to I think the Padres are in a motivation spot, quite frankly, in this game after that embarrassment there yesterday. We're starting to see some unders here at Petco. It might end up doing that again here. Padres are 9-13 to the under as a favorite. And, Vasquez, somewhat pretty solid numbers here for sure. Now, no doubt, not great numbers here at this point. Coming in this one for Dustin May, but he's had success against the Padres overall in his career here. In fact, I think no, I don't think he's on the hot pitcher list though in this one. Trying to see if I have some of the numbers here for May. Jackson, he hasn't quite faced enough of these guys, it looks like. Just one at bat against Jackson Merrill here, and Manny is 9 for 31 with 2 doubles and 2 home runs against May. That's an 882 OPS. Maybe I'll go to the chat for this one. I'm probably going to go to the total here. I think the Padres need a bounce back. Maybe I'm just rooting with my heart. Here we go. Cardinals on the run line, says Larry, though. Cal Dogs on the over. Fambo says the Cubs are hot. Tatis looking like he's out there. He just that is the one thing you could complain. If you're going to act nonchalant, don't play nonchalant. I love seeing a guy who looks as cool as ever out there, but you can't be looking like a fool when you're trying to look cool. Timmy says he's seeing the Padres numbers getting real biggie here. It's getting biggie with it. So, all right, I'm going to take another under here in this one with the Pods and the Cardinals tonight. Going to have to take Strandy Vasquez to deal here. Padres win in a low-scoring game against Dustin May, probably somewhere in the 4-2 range, I hope, tonight. I might be hoping. But, hey, when you've lost basically 5 games in 2 days on the Night Move show, maybe I could just make the pick and it wins. All right. Mets here and Diamondbacks with Clay Holmes on the mound here at 1.69 ERA. Merrill Kelly, 9.69 or something like that. 9.94 ERA for Merrill Kelly Oh boy, Clay Holmes looking good. Hey, the Mets are looking good, right? The Mets have kind of come around here a little bit. They got a little bit of a good streak here. They've been on the road forever. 3-1, 3-1 yesterday. Got the win with good pitching uh, there yesterday, and with McLean, of course. We were on Nelson. We said Nelson was going to have a good start. We kind of took a chance there. That was one of the games I lost. The Mets batting is not good. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That's where they've been struggling here right now. 29th in batting average, 29th in RBI, 27th in hits, 28th in home run. This is the Mets we're talking about. They're supposed to be way better than this. Merrill Kelly's been awful here, so I don't know. I think Holmes here. This looks a good price probably here in this one. Can Merrill Kelly turn it around at all? This is the clearest mismatch on the board as far as starting pitcher versus starting pitcher. Kelly's got a 2.3 whip like he's broken. The Mets money line looks really good here, even with their overall poor form. Like we said, the Mets are eventually going to come around and at least be. I mean, look, they may not even make the playoffs now, spotting 10 games on the rest of the league, but they'll get it together here, and now they were able to take it down there last night. So let's see what you have here in this one. Mets taking on AZ here. Mets are 6-14 to the under on the road. So Merrill Kelly at home, maybe he'll be a little bit better here, but I got to take the Mets in this one with Clay Holmes here. I'm going to do it. I want to go under, but these are pretty bad numbers by Kelly, and we'll see. Mets are definitely going under. Arizona's 14-9 to the over is a dog here, and they're a dog. So, all right. Oh, man, we're ready to go. Man, the tennis is starting, and I'm still talking. Let me do a couple more games here, and they'll do the WNBA, and the show will be over. Thank you for joining me here on Night Moves. Larry says under in this one, plus money's on the Diamondbacks money line. And Andrew's here, Arizona money line for Fambo. Mr. Wesker's on the D-backs. Farley's on the Mets. The Crow says, take the Mets. Meet the Mets. Cal Dog says, Mets first 5. Arizona for Timmy, can't take the Mets. The man says, Soto's overdue for a stolen base, says Andrew. All right, one more here in the show. Well, got to get to that WNBA. Man, I went 5-1 with all my picks network wide on the WNBA. So, we're gonna crush it again with a 4-game slate. Final game here is the Braves and the Dodgers. A couple of guys just getting their seasons going here. Spencer Strider made a couple of appearances so far, but did not look good. 8.1 ERA, 2.7 whip here for Strider. But we'll see with Blake Snell. Hopefully he's healthy and ready to go. He should be right now. Dodgers won yesterday by the score of 3-1. So Dodgers here, 13-6 at home right now. But Atlanta 14-7 on the road, although they're 4-5 as a dog. But two interesting pitching matchup here for sure with these guys. And you saw yesterday's, a game with the Dodgers and the Braves here yesterday. Pretty solid performance there in that game with Sheehan. trying to look at their pitching stats and make sure I don't say the wrong thing here for Sheehan. But anyway, it was a 3-1 yesterday in favor of the Dodgers. I kind of want to look at the stats of the game, and I can't get them up. Sheehan went 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. Sale was 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. So, look, this should probably still be another good pitching matchup tomorrow. I'm going to take the under here with these two. Give me the under with the Braves and the Dodgers in this one. Man, how many unders did I take? 5, 6, 7 unders on this show. All right, we'll see what the salami is, but I might be on the salami under. Let's see what you guys said in the chat. Larry's on the Dodgers, Shaq's on Atlanta, Cal Dog's on Atlanta, and Mr. Wester says Dodgers on the run line. So we're splitting the chat. All right, that's it for the major leagues. Thanks, you guys. I'm going to wrap it up here with some WNBA. And we've got a 4-game card, so why not? Hey, I'm feeling confident after the first day of the season here, and I feel like I'm holding the banner here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel for the WNBA. So let's get it going here right now with my 4-game card. Here, there was a tennis match starting here that, like I said, I was going to bet on the air here, possibly, right? Okay, just getting underway. I see her here right now warming up. Coco Gauff against Solana Sierra. Hey, I think Solana Sierra is great. Okay, I really think she's got a bright future. But I think here on the clay of Rome, I think Coco is going to crush. She is laying 6.5 games here on, but at plus 105, maybe 6 games at -1. Let me see what the minus is on -6 games here for Coco. -165. All right. That's a little too high to put on the air here. Look, 6.5 at plus 105. I'm going to lay it here with Coco Gauff. And to crush Solana Sierra right now. This one is just getting going, just about going to a commercial, and then they're going to serve it up here right now. And there's some other matches going up here in the next couple of minutes. So I'm going to settle in and watch some tennis here in the middle of the night. And my pick here is Coco Gauff -6.5 games. All right. I think one other I was looking at was not started yet. Let me see if I can make one other pick here on the men's side real quick with Rublev and Kekmanovic. I'm taking Rublev. I already bet Rublev, but I just want to give this one out here. I think you can still get in. It's not just about to go first serve here. Kekmanovic is serving first, but I've got Rublev -3.5 games over Kekmanovic here right now in this one. On the men's sides. One play on the men's side, one on the ladies' side to get you going with my tennis program here at Tony'sPicks.com. No one makes more tennis picks here on the Tony's Picks website than I do, and quite frankly, been pretty hot here right now. So check out my record on the handicapper leaderboards, pick up some of my tennis picks, but there's a couple there right now. They're just about to get going here in Rome. All right. Oh, Farley, thank you. We got Wardley going today. He's liking this title fight in there today with against Daniel Dubois. Good pick here, $1.20. That one goes off, I believe, at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. Thank you to Farley bringing the heat. Did Wayne make a pick? Wayne made a pick this week on boxing, and I apologize to Wayne. I don't remember if it was on that fight, but he made it on Thursday. If you want to go back and watch the Pick Dogs drive-through, Wayne did have a pick on a championship fight. I'm sorry if I didn't get that right here with Wayne. I probably should be writing Wayne's picks down. Andrew K. had Otani for a homer today. Let me just get this last information in. We whipped the Sun, right? Didn't we have it there yesterday? Good job. Thank you to Andrew for stopping by. Let me get to the WNBA here, though, right now. Is Caitlin playing today, right? Yeah, weird how we've ended up here. And we don't want Caitlin Clark to be injured here all season long, right? She actually is not on the injured list, so it looks, I think, not. Let me look for sure. I think she was off the injured list, but hopefully she's not injury prone, you guys. It does feel like the injuries are piling up a little bit. She's good to go. Oh boy. We better just keep our fingers crossed here right now. So let me get to the previews, though, anyway. Bieber for Larry. He's ready to go. I'm ready to go here, but I got to get my notes out here. For the card. Let me get to my WNBA preview here for the action here on Saturday. Okay. So Fever here against the Dallas Wings. Indiana certainly has a big edge, I would think, right now. We still need to see Dallas mature and grow a little bit. I think this is a good matchup for the Fever here. Dallas looks a little bit vulnerable so far, especially against elite guard play. Fever certainly top four for me in power rating. I think right now I've got them right inside there. And I think they're going to continue to break out, and they're going to surprise a lot of people because we've been thinking that they've kind of been a disappointment so far. Can't keep Clark healthy. Will this team mature into a championship team? I've got them inside the top four right now with Clark, with Mitchell, with Boston. That's matchup pressure all the way. So Dallas has shot making talent. You got Beckers, you've got Agumbawale. They're going to be dependent on their perimeter scoring. So Indiana has probably the advantage in the front court, but Monique Billings, I think, is on the injured list here. She's questionable with an ankle injury. Let's see, Lexi Hall, probable. Passat is out for Indiana for Dallas here. Awak Kyer, not going to make the team yet, I don't think, but everybody else is healthy here in this one. And you guys talking Fever in there. I think that's probably right. I think both teams with this explosive guard play, both teams have, multiple scorers on the court. You got to even question some of the defensive depth in the backcourt. Mitchell's not great. Beckers is not a great defender either, I don't think. And, Caitlin Clark, she's not great. I think Agumbawale is pretty decent for the Wings. And I think Dallas has enough creation to keep scoring here a little bit in this one. Pretty high there, $1.77. But I think you'll see some trends. I think this one's in the low 180s probably. Well, I don't know what the best play actually is here between these two. I'm thinking like maybe the road favorite makes it a little bit tough here right now. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the Fever. I'm going to take the Fever in this one to get it done on the road -5.5. Give me Indiana. The Sharps are all over Dallas. They are all over Dallas. And I'll say this, the Sharps were not good in day one. I was good in day one. I think I faded the Sharps. That's the way I interpreted the market. And today I'm going to go with the Fever here in this one, but I like the total a lot better. Hello to Gazo in the chat. Nice to see you. He says, how am I? Am I a UFC fan? Oh, yeah, I am a UFC fan. In fact, I've got a 5-pack of plays up right now at Tony'sPicks.com. And there's Steven. Hey, there's Steven's picks on IG. Great to see Steven in the chat there. How about Steven? Great to see you, Steven. And WNBA is back. The Mystics did it. Let's have a great day, Steven. Larry says it looks like, Cal Dog, I missed the intro there. Gosh darn it. Larry says, is Martin, like I said, is she going to be injury prone eventually, right? Fever at home, lay it. No, the Fever on the road. Be careful here, right? No, I'm sorry. You're right. They're at home. Sorry, but I was wrong. Cal Dog on the over here. You know what? That even makes me feel a little bit better than Fever at home. For some reason, I was thinking they were on the road. And I know they're not. I made the graphic. Let's keep it moving here right now. Next up, Mercury and Aces. The Aces are favored by 9. Total 167.5 here in this one. Las Vegas still is going to be one of the top teams in the league. Phoenix, I think watch out for Phoenix here. I kind of wonder if this number might be a little bit high. I think, the matchup certainly is going to favor the Aces here, but I think I have Phoenix a little higher than most coming into the season, and I'm not sure I even trust this number here at this point. But let me talk about it a little bit here. Wilson is going to should have a big game to open the season here right now. Phoenix cannot stop her inside for sure with Gray and Young. Probably have a Mercury team missing a few pieces here. Let me see what the injury report looks like. That might be part of the factor here, I think, coming in. Total here is 167. So there's a bunch of players here out right now for Phoenix. Uh, uh, Sammy Whitcomb is out. Westbeld is out. Several players missing here at the start of the season for the Mercury right now, including some players who are finishing their season up overseas. So they're starting behind the eight ball a little bit. The Aces here are going to have Evans out here with a leg injury, and Barker is out with a concussion. A couple role players there for the Aces here in this one. The Aces will go with a lineup of Gray, Young, Talbot, Smith, and Wilson. But Mercury, yeah, they're definitely going to be up against it here. They're going to be better than this, but this is a little bit of a problem here, it feels like right now. Las Vegas should control it. I think this total might be inflated because of the overall perception of Wilson. But if they do blow out Phoenix here, I think this could be a lower second half too. So I think Las Vegas at home, they become a little bit more half court. They don't need to be so desperate on the road when they may need to have it outscore them athletically, if you know what I mean. So Mercury does have struggles sometimes scoring efficiently in half court possessions, especially if they are, having to go with the backup guards here. If Whitcomb is out, if Makani Akoa is out, is Makani Akoa out though? Okay. Oh yeah, she's out. This is pretty bad here for Phoenix actually. So, all right, well, look, if Copper is forced into an isolation heavy kind of offense here, this one's going to end up here going under for sure. So, I'm going to go under here with Phoenix and Vegas. I'll take the under here, but yeah, I mean, I want to look more into this Phoenix situation and who they're going to have in there. I might end up being going on Vegas after all. Here, like I said, I like Phoenix's roster when they're all said and done, but right now they just don't have enough players. It looks like. All right, let's see. We got here Aces for Cal Dog. Oh, did we miss the Pirates and the Giants, Cal Dog? My goodness, that just ruined the whole broadcast. I should be fired. We'll do it at the end of the show. I can't believe it. Cal Dog, thank you for keeping track on me right there. My goodness. Okay, Mercury for Larry. How embarrassing. Okay. You're right, Timmy. No, I just blew it. Timmy. I owe you guys a pick for sure here. All right, going over for Timmy. Probably should skip it because I feel embarrassed, and the one of the executive producers, he's going to be mad at me because I have to put a baseball game at the end of the show when we try to make it a whole bundle together. All right, I got to go faster here. Come on, the show's got to be over. Dream and Lynx here in this one. We got Dream here favored by 4 on the road. Could be 3.5 right now. Total 157.5. Atlanta getting a lot of pub here right now. And look, I mean, they're a road favorite here. Minnesota's still got a pretty good team, but they've got some big-time injuries here to start the season, which is going to put them a little bit back. Nafisa Collier is out right now with an ankle injury, and Juhaz is out with a foot injury here coming into this one. Brianna Jones is out for Atlanta here. Maybe this line could be influenced by Minnesota at home, and rather than the availability of Collier, who is out. That changes the Lynx profile for sure. Atlanta, they look pretty good. I mean, it's just not about Angel Reese coming to this team. It's about this team in general. You do want Brianna Jones in there, but with Ryan Howard, with Alicia Gray, Atlanta looks pretty good right now. The Lynx are, they kind of lost their rebounding here, especially if they're missing these front court players here right now. That sounds like it's going to be a problem. Atlanta comes in looking pretty good right now. They might be one of the sleepers in the league, it feels like. So even on the road here, maybe Atlanta is the right call. I think with Minnesota's injuries, we might see scoring here. And 157 looks low for this situation. If they're having trouble in the front court, I think that's going to be, Reese and Ryan Howard, uh, dominating a little bit. I think Atlanta and transition, then you free it up. Now, look, Williams and Miles are pretty good defenders here. Great to see Miles on Minnesota. We'll see if I have to think that she's going to fit right into that situation. Um, Minnesota still has enough guard play to contribute too with Courtney and McBride as well. So look, the Dream should try to go as fast as they can, but the Lynx are being, if they're forced into small lineups here, this game's going to come on. This is going to the 160s here in this one. That sounds like the premium, actually. I'm going to go with Atlanta as my play here, and that's going to be the free play, Atlanta. Atlanta on the road, but 157 way too low, or I'm pretty sure on this. We'll see, but probably get some premium action, I think, here. Give me Atlanta in this one. Let's see what the chat says. Okay. Over for Larry. Cal Dogs on the Dream. Lynx for Timmy. Look, the Lynx are going to have, I think, good defense. I think that's why the total might be 157.5. Timmy, like what I said, though, maybe about the over there. I think over. I think this one's into the 160s, actually, but my official play will be on the Dream here. When I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, I prefer the Lynx, but then, Collier's out, and that's a big factor. We know that. Okay, here's the other expansion team playing tonight. You got the Sky. They're on the road. They're, this is, more interesting than it looks because you've got the Sky here. Dejanay Carrington is going to be out, I believe, here to start the season. And also, Azura Stevens is out here in Chicago. We know how they would look bad. The Fire comes in. And hey, I know the emoji game will work on this one, right? If you like the Fire, you just put that flame in there. But for Chicago here, Vandersloot out, Cloud out, Carrington out, Stevens out, Williams probable, and Skylar Diggins is probable. And I mean, if you're gonna have a team full of drama, you gotta put Skylar Diggins on it. This is a disaster waiting to happen, I bet, in Chicago. We'll see. I don't have them rated that poorly here, and maybe they are favored by 5.5 over an expansion team here, but this team does come in with all their players, I believe. Let me see who's out. No, they got Suge Sutton is going to be game time decision here, and Carly Samuelson out, I believe. Camilla Smalls out. Nika Mull is not playing yet, I don't think, and they're feeling out this roster. I mean, look, you're going to have Haley Jones right here, also Carla Leite, Geisel Sauter as well here. So, look, this Portland team, yes, they might be the lowest rated team in the league here at this point, but I believe that they're development is on the right path. I don't think they're going the wrong direction here as far as the roster construction and building. And don't forget about Bridget Carlton as well in there. So it's hard to want to pull the trigger on an expansion team, but unless look, the Chicago personnel should be a lot better. But I just think you just did the same exact thing as you had last year. Difficult personalities. We'll see. Portland enters the season. I got them as the weakest team here right now, but Chicago, Cardoso, she's going to dominate. She's going to be so improved this year for sure. I mean, she might be the big time. She's probably going to be the star in this game. She's probably going to go over on her rebounds for sure in this one. So we'll see. We'll see early chemistry for Portland. That's the way they're going to have to play it. Chicago should consistently get the second chance opportunities here. And maybe the total could be a little bit high in this one. I think, Chicago's always got awkward offensive rhythm. We'll see what they do here. With Diggins kind of running the show right now, and without Dejanay in there and Vandersloot right now, Skylar Diggins will be running the show. But I think the injury on both sides kind of limits something here. I'm going under as my play in this one because I want to take the fire kind of, but I'm sure Chicago will win and probably cover. Give me the under here with Chicago and Portland. I've got to go to that Pittsburgh game. I think I just left off the graphic there. I didn't miss it. Bad job by Ramon. One more game here. It's in the major leagues. Oh, man. How embarrassing. Who's staying up watching a bumbling guy? All right, here we go. It was one of the last games. We got Ashcraft here going for the Bucks. Brandon Ashcraft going against Landon. Don't bring me down, Roop. $1.25. I'm going to call it 7.5 here. I do have my play right here. I have everything written down, and my preview loaded up. It just was going by the graphics. So, you guys still love me, don't you? All right, here we go with this one. Roop and Ashcraft both been pretty strong here so far. We know that the Giants at home are going to have a little bit of an advantage here, and I don't know. I mean, the Pirates are still favored here. Look, I had the Giants last night as a premium pick here over at Tony's right now. I think the total here, the low total, definitely looks right on. I think the pitching profile of this matchup probably leans to the under between these two. Ashcraft, 3.02 ERA, a 1-2 record coming in. Roop has been good. 3.17 ERA, 5-2 record. Plenty of run support, too. Giants have been struggling here, of course, but they did find a win in the game here yesterday, 5-2, as the Giants were able to get that win. These two teams did not meet yet. This is the first meeting of the year, right? Okay. And for the Giants here, they are 6-16 to the under at home. Pittsburgh 7-11 under on the road, but I'm going to take the Giants here in this one to get it done again against the Pirates because I can't take another under even if I like it. Okay, that's going to do it. We got plenty of comments here, and I think the show's over, but thanks a lot, everybody. Let's see it's Kendrick. Hi, Kendrick. Yeah, I missed you. We've already finished the show here. Early morning, late night. I'm ready for dinner. Let's see. Anything else here? Sky under for Larry. I'm kind of running through the wrong plays here. Under for Timmy, over for Cal Dog. I hope I got the right game here right now. And I think that's it. Giants for Larry here. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Pick up our premium picks for Saturday. Got some tennis going on right now. I've got that 5-pack in UFC. So, all right, everybody, that's going to do it. Thanks a lot for joining me here. We'll be back tomorrow. More night moves. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15%. Go pick up that package from me right now. Let's win together on Saturday. For the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.